Today, they announced a new official Pokemon game that's coming to the iPhone and Android. Because every Nintendo gamer knows that Nintendo's 3DS eShop is so stuffed with original compelling games from Nintendo that it just couldn't handle even a single more. They had to put it on two competing platforms that Nintendo spent the last 2 years vehemently denying the relevance of. And this happens in the midst of Operation Rainfall, when essentially the fans can't get Nintendo to release the Nintendo games that Nintendo fans are dying and begging to play on their own system. And they're gonna go and put a Pokemon game on the iOS and on Android when the eShop is virtually barren of content. I mean, yeah, there's tons of great DSiWare stuff, but there's a reason I didn't buy a Nintendo DSi all these years. I bought a Nintendo 3DS to play Nintendo 3DS content. The only downloadable 3D content that I've really used is, well, Pokédex 3D, which was a giveaway, Excitebike 3D, which was a giveaway for me, and what else besides that? The 3D game trailers of games that I'm months away from even getting to play. That's the only downloadable 3D Nintendo content I've yet to enjoy using the 3DS eShop. And while I'm on the subject of the eShop, I'm just looking through here. These are they trying to mask the lack of 3DS downloadable content by making a whole slew of different categories? Right now, I believe they are more Nintendo eShop categories than they are 3DS eShop titles, and not counting DSiWare. Now, look at these categories. Downloadable favorites. Whose favorites? What favorites? Is it like a top list overall? Like that? And that makes no sense. Donkey Kong, so anything revolving around Donkey Kong, alright. The best of single player. That's really useless. Pick up and play. So what? Like, what? You have multiplayer games and some art that I don't even know. A lot of these have this random art I don't even know what it's from. Then we have, what, 3D Classic Excitebike. So we have 3 different categories, and then we have a game just in the middle of these categories, so it's not even organized well. And next, high-speed racing with some random art of like some girl in front of a race car. High-speed racing as opposed to low-speed racing. Puzzle games with more random art that I don't know what game this is from or whatever. Just okay, puzzle games. Adventure awaits. Awaits who? Awaits what? Like what? Adventure awaits. Adventure games? Would that have been straightforward enough? And we have some random people for some game I don't know about, or what we're playing. I don't know. What are we playing? Certainly not downloadable 3DS content, because there's virtually none of it available. Virtual console. So we have all these different categories for different games, and then we have the virtual console. And you don't go into the virtual console and they have maybe the classic games broken up into categories. It's just a mess. Art style, those are, I haven't played any of these games yet. I heard they're good games, but it's nice that they have a channel, you know, promoting these games. But once again, these are DSiWare games, and I bought a Nintendo 3DS to play 3D 3DS content and not games that I have a DSi XL. If I want to play those games, I'm going to play it on the system it was meant for, because I can play it on these huge screens on that system. And get your tennis on. Get your tennis on. Like, that's just ridiculous to me. And I think this is a brand new category that they just may have added today. And when I go into Get Your Tennis On, we have a whopping 2 games. So they made a category just for 2 games. As though, like, I really, Shantae, good games. I haven't played them yet. I know that series goes way back. And then we have, what? Pokédex 3D. Now we're back into games. Now we have a category, games shown at E3. This says games shown at E3 as though like they were the games, but no, it's just the trailers. I mean, that's obvious if you follow this, but it's like if you're shopping and you don't, it's just, and now we have 3DS games in stores now. We have a bunch of retail games here. You have a, let's see if there's any trailers on here, or if they're just like. Oh, okay. So we have related videos. Like I don't even like I know I've looked through some of this stuff before, and a lot of these trailers for 3DS games and the screenshots aren't even in 3D, and that's just silly. 3D Nintendo 3DS games coming soon. Games under $5. I mean, you know, I'm like the biggest Nintendo supporter you can find, but when I'm not happy with my experience, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or minimalize it. When I first downloaded the eShop, I was pretty happy, and as they started adding all these ridiculous, confusing, irrelevant categories, like, what are they gonna add next as a category? Like, what? It's just getting really ridiculous, and it's really, really confusing and sending me mixed messages when you just launched this eShop and there's very little 3DS game, downloadable game content for it. And I'm just talking about 3DS. I know there's new DSiWare stuff coming out, and there's this whole library of DSiWare games, some of which are very good games, but I bought a 3DS to play 3DS games, and there are not a lot out now, and so it's really confusing to see them developing a brand new game. I mean, it's free, from what I heard, a free app on the iTunes Store and on the Android Marketplace, which is widely seen as the biggest competitor to the 3DS. So that's what I have to say about that, and thank you very much for watching. And also, by the way, I started a Tumblr. You could check that out if you're interested in little snippets of what comes out of my head that isn't quite worth a YouTube video or a webpage on my site. So that's what I have to say about today's odd news, and thank you very much for watching.